Hey girls, today we're hanging out with one of my most favorite people, my grandma. We're gonna hang out, cook some food, and talk about some spooky stories from Mexico, just because I'm super excited for La Llorona movie that comes out in April 2019. So we're gonna hear her stories, eat a lot of food, and just have a good time. Let's get right to it. Alright, it's time to make some sopes with my grandma. I love sopes so much, but honestly I love all Mexican food, so any of it makes me happy. And while we're cooking, I thought I might tell you guys a little bit more about La Llorona because it's a story I grew up with, but I know it might be new to some of you. So basically, I consider it Mexican folklore. I'm Mexican, but I've heard that it also comes from different Latin regions in the world. Essentially though, the story is very similar. There is a beautiful woman, a young girl who lives in Mexico with her family, and it's a very rural part of Mexico. She's very poor, and one day a foreigner comes to town and he's rich and wealthy and he sees her and he falls in love. He decides to marry her, have kids, and it's essentially a fairy tale. Everything is perfect until one day he comes home and he says, I'm leaving you, I have a new woman, and you're gonna stay here, you know, forever with the kids. And she loses it. So he packs up, he takes off, and again, she loses her mind. She grabs all three of her kids and she drags them all the way down to the river. And here's where the fairy tale goes terribly, terribly wrong. She decides to drown all three of her kids, and she's just overcome by grief and anger and fear. And essentially that's when she becomes cursed. Cursed to roam the earth and find these children that she murdered. And until she finds them, she essentially can't ascend to either heaven or down to hell. So let's hear what my grandma has to say about her encounter with La Llorona. Okay, so I'm gonna hop in here and translate for us. What my grandma is telling me is that a long time ago, she was in Tijuana with my grandpa and a couple of friends, and they were at a celebration for the end of the year. It was lots of fun. They were dancing, they were excited, and it got late, so they all had to go home. So they hop into my grandpa's car, and everyone's still super excited. I mean, they were just, again, dancing and twirling, and it's, you know, New Year's, so they're super excited. And all of a sudden, my grandpa slams the brakes really hard. And everyone in the car is jostled and scared, and they have no idea what's going on. So my grandpa turns off the car, and they ask him, what happened? You know, what's going on? And he says, there was someone in the road, and I'm pretty sure that I hit her. So he turns off the car, opens the door, and gets out to go look. When he does that, he realizes that there is no one out there. There is no one in sight. There's no one down the road, under the car, nothing. He gets back in. Everyone's a little freaked out now. So he closes the door. He wants to get everyone home, and he turns on the car, and with the car, turn on the lights, and down the road, they see a woman gliding down the street, covered in white. Are you there? And they're just freaked out. So they hurry home as fast as they can, but they never forget that day, and they have no idea what they saw. That's it for today. This was a lot of fun. If you haven't realized it already, I do have a soft spot for the spooky, eerie stories of the world. If you've got something you want to share, let me know or leave it in the comments below. And I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe so we can hang out and talk about more fun stuff. Until the next time, guys.